ready to go?
Where we can be alone. Next we're moving on. It was with me, yeah, me. Next we're moving on. It was with me, yeah, me. I love rock and roll, so put another diamond in the box, baby. I love rock and roll, so come and take a time and dance with me.
Brand new Mac in the other room, so we've got 3 kind of setups now, so we'll split off into 2s or whatever. So when you open up Logic, this is literally what it looks like. It's really not very interesting or inspiring. It's literally just a blank slate. So the first thing I'm going to bring your attention to is, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Up here you've got your metronome. The reason I bring that up first is that the whole kind of point is that Logic works like in a grid system. So you've got your tempo indicator there, so that's the tempo that the program's working in. This one on the right, when that's highlighted purple, you'll basically have your metronome. So obviously way back in the day, no one had that to kind of play along to and to lock everything in, so that's why people would record live a lot.
No, you had a physical one.
Yeah, or a physical one, like we'd have on top of your piano, yeah, for lessons, very good point. Whereas now this is just built into everything, it just makes things nice and easy. Yeah, so let's just go over a couple of the basic, like where things live and the basic features of Logic that you're likely to want to use straight away. Somebody pick, we'll just make something completely random and just see what happens, and I'll show you how to actually select stuff. So somebody pick me an instrument.
Organ.
Organ, why not? I'm not going to pick a genre, I'm just going to flick through a couple of things, see what happens.
Oh, those green ones, the MIDI.
That's right. I will explain that later. So as you can see, they're all organs, but they're all quite different. Some will just hold a note, some will do rhythmic stuff. Tell you what, I'm just going to go for this first one that we picked. So when you've got something you like, literally click it, drag it over onto the workspace. Make sure that it kind of lines up on the grid system. So this has got tempo information. What this means is this sample is supposed to be at a particular tempo, and do I want to change it to that tempo? I'm going to say yeah. So I'm going to click
Yeah, 'cause
import.
it did sound a bit.
There you go. So it's changed me to 91. We can loop a certain section. So this bar here, this is it's called the cycle range. So it basically will turn yellow when you click it, and then I don't know how much. There you go. It's done to 4. So you literally just make that loop, kind of cover the section that you want it to cover and to loop like so. And then when we play that, it will literally only play that, and it will loop itself to save us keep having to do it ourselves. Should we go for drum kit or beats? There you go.
So Matt's got a question for you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
sorry.
the drums that you imported were 122 BPM, but it sounded in time. So how does that work?
Yeah, so when you drag it over, it automatically adjusts it to your master tempo.
Okay, cool.
So it may, so kind of the samples are laid out, and this is actually what Matt said a minute ago. Why is that one green, for example, and the others are blue? So the blue is a sample where someone's actually played it in and they've recorded it.
Yeah,
The-
wave.
Yeah, like an actual WAV file. Whereas the green, if you drag those over, so I'm just going
You
to
get
use
the
this.
individual notes of what the person played and can play around with them and change them.
Exactly. So you can see here, this is actually giving me the MIDI information, which is kind of the note information like that's been played in. So what the advantage you've got over with the green ones are that you can edit them a bit more. So you might play something and go, I don't know, you might, let's see what this actually sounds like, we don't know yet. You might be like, oh, I don't like this bit at the end, so you could drag that away, get rid of that, delete that, change the notes of the chord, whereas obviously...
Or you think that sounds a bit off, and you know, moving down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. You could grab the whole thing and move it down an octave or up an octave, that sort of thing. So it just gives you like a bit more flexibility over what you can do with it. This is something new, this purple, I don't even know what it's called. Oh, it's a sequencer.
Yeah, sequencer. So like as if you had a proper 808 drum machine,
Yeah.
you could press it in and be like 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and then you could say boom, boom.
Yeah. So
That's exactly
literally-
right. It is on GarageBand. This. It's the first
Yeah,
time I've
I've
seen
got
it
it
on
in-
Logic, but
See, I've not
it's 'cause
seen
we've
it
got
on
a new
Logic
update.
before.
It's now on
But
Logic.
basically this will give you a set, again, like a set of things. So this sound here is like some weird kick drum type thing. That's probably, I don't even know what that is. But anyway, they're just pitched things that when you play them in a sequence like that, they will obviously...
noise.
There you go, we can watch it play it. What's there? So I can change that by literally doing whatever I want. Obviously I would normally not just randomly click things, I would work out what I wanted and then play it. But just to show you basically that you can, it's just a different way of editing what's already there basically. So I think that's what it was at the start. Cool, let's just pick a few more things. This one. So again, just click it, drag it over, really basic stuff. Oh yeah, so an example of putting things not on the grid, if for example we had this drum part and it was slightly off, like that, so it's a little bit off, instant confusion, instant headache, just make sure it all lines up. Usually things kind of snap to the grid and in place anyway, but sometimes they don't and you have to zoom in and really make sure that stuff's hitting on the beat. So if I solo that, left speaker, right speaker, obviously bang in the middle. Sometimes, and what basically the function of that is to kind of spread things out. So you've got obviously your kind of spectrum you've got is your left and right. If you have everything always in the middle, it's going to feel pretty like flat and uninteresting. So the kind of rule that I use is that if it's anything that's really needs to feel really central and is really important, like a vocal, generally that's going to be in the middle. Your drums are generally, or your kick drum is generally going to be in the middle, and your snare. Your cymbals and things would go left and right to give you width in your kind of depth of sound. So yeah, anything important's in the middle. If you want to, equally, if you had two parts that were very similar, like if we had, I don't know, a shaker and a tambourine, you probably would have them away from each other, so it kind of adds to the sound that they're bringing.
Yeah, a good example of having pine in your song is the Turtles, Happy Together.
Yeah. Oh, what has that got? Lots of.
No, because like you, if you listen to it on a mono speaker, you get half of the song.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, so lots of old music, they would pan like whole things. So there were some Beatles records where like the whole drum kit is in one speaker, and it was because of when they converted it from mono, which means one audio source, to like more than one. Kind of they split things in different ways just to make it interesting, I guess.
That heart symbol, did you talk about that while I was out?
No,
That's quite a good thing.
because we've only just realised that this is really
Oh yeah,
useful.
that's favourites.
Yeah, just if there's anything you really like, put it in favourites, and it just helps you.
Because you will
find stuff.
forget what they're called, and there's 15,000 things,
Yeah.
and you'll just forget the name.
Like there's a few. Oh yeah. So another thing we'll look at. So obviously we've looked at loops so far. If I was to kind of get rid of those channels, when you create a new channel for something with a loop, you always have to kind of drag it onto the empty workstation.
Yeah.
But we've also got. So if we create a MIDI track that enables us to play stuff in ourselves. So it's almost like a complete different way of doing it. You can mix and match and use both. So I'm going to select MIDI, and it's already selected software instrument for me, which is good, that's what I want. Hit create, and now the default thing on all of ours, I don't know why, is electric piano.
Yeah, it's that for every
I don't know whether that's normal. but
No,
yeah.
because it's more they're not a default. That's
Yeah,
why,
I think you can
that's
change it.
Why? Some of those may have say default for as grand piano.
Yeah, which probably makes more sense to me. Because usually when you want to hear like something you're doing, the normal clean piano is useful, I think.
Yeah.
I'm glad they invented that button that gives you a nice count in. Okay. So that's given me the MIDI information for what I just played, and if we double click that, we can edit that from here, we can move things, we can change the how hard or how light I played a certain thing. Obviously, the more consistent everything is, the less real it will probably sound. Don't know. That's something like that you can get into, is like how to make stuff sound real. Because a lot of the time, MIDI, if you put everything to 100, it would just sound fake. Because when we play an instrument, we don't naturally play everything exactly the same hardness, all the time. So a really good thing as well, which is super simple to do. So I've recorded that in. It's fairly in time, as we can see on just by kind of zooming in. Most of the stuff kind of hits on the grid a little bit early most of the time. What you can do if you want to is you can do Command A to highlight everything, and then you can literally hit Q and it will shift it all into place perfectly on the grid. So again, you may or may not want that. That's with it fixed. This is without it fixed. Oh, it didn't loop. I've got a loop set up.
Quite a difference to it.
So yeah, it's like, it sort of is and isn't a big difference. Obviously, the more tracks you've got going, the more important it is that they're all quite on point. You might think that wasn't a lot different, but obviously if I add 12 instruments and they're all a little bit off, you might get to the point where you're like, whoa, what's actually leading? Where is the beat as such, but it would just sound different. It might not live up to like, I don't know. The modern thing is to have everything pretty on point, especially for like kind of commercial music. You'll never hear something that's out of time because they just wouldn't let it happen. Whereas old school music, you listen to the Beatles.
Unless there was a reason for that.
Yeah, or unless it's generally like down to like type of music and production style, all that sort of stuff. we cover some of that kind of thing on Thursday, actually, on the workshop on Thursday. So yeah, so I played something in. Obviously, I can just do that. I can then mix the loops in with what I played in if I want to. Turn the whole thing right down, and then I'm like, what does it sound like now? Can I still hear the vocals? Can I still like pick out certain things, or does it sound actually? It sounds great loud, but
yeah, there's different.
It shouldn't need to sound like be really loud to sound good. You know what I mean?
When you're producing, like Tom said, having it what is a medium level, depending on your hearing, probably your age as well. But
yeah,
when you've got like these are set to a nice level as well. But then when you want to, depends sort of what if you're listening to a punk song, maybe later you want to hear wow how loud. What is this going to sound like when it's loud? And then, so as Tom said, you also want to listen to it when it's quiet, because that's when you can really hear the different. If you can hear every part when it's quiet, I think you're onto a good thing.
Yeah.
There's things like just moving on as well. When you record, the best way to listen to your track is probably in car speakers. Like go in a car, like an average car, listen to music, and if it sounds good on a car speaker, it's going to sound good everywhere. Because car speakers are rubbish, I think.
Yeah.
And then little radios people have in their studio sometimes, tiny little radios. And if it sounds good on there, you think, how's it going to sound good on a lot of good stuff?
No, just get a mono speaker from the 80s.
Yeah, just a mono speaker.
From the
If it
80s,
sounds
you see.
good on that, it should sound
So,
good.
I mean, it's a great question for Matt.
Yeah, no,
One I've never heard
definitely.
before.
So I mean, something that people do. So I'll kind of, if I.
Oh,
could do
here's another thing as well.
quickly.
You've got to think of like who your audience are. Do most of your audience listen to it on a mobile phone?
Yeah.
Some people mix it to mobile phone speakers, which I'll be like, I wouldn't do that, but I'm old.
Something that some people do, right? Just going back to what you said.
That's it. Exactly what it was.
What some people have a tendency to do as well when they're first getting going is they'll have something they like, and they'll be like, so we've got this in. Now I'm going to get a bass part. I never see bass when I will need it. You want to take some random stuff, right? And then there might.
A ukulele or something. Throw something and just play around with it.
Right, I'm just going to do that for now.
Alright.
So sometimes what people have a tendency to do is go, oh, I want more bass. So what do I do if I want more bass?
You command 2, then increase it.
So you're going to increase it, right? Okay, great. Oh, I want to hear my drums more now. What should I do? Turn them up?
Yeah.
No, that's not how.
No, I'm going to turn them up. Okay, there we go. I like that. I can't really hear the keys now. I'll turn them up. Okay, great. Now, what you'll notice up here is your master kind of master sort of volume. What you'll notice is the more you just turn everything up, that will start to hit into the red, and it'll actually start distorting the sound. So it's distorting almost all the time. So, like, the temptation is to turn everything up. My answer would be actually turn other things down. So there's a reason that
Or double it.
anything you've got here should sound good at its loudest at 0. And then if I turn that up, there you go. It works, and you can turn the master up. So
true.
if you can, avoid turning everything up, because eventually you'll just make it louder, and there's a point where you actually can't do anything then.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're going quieter, you've always got.
Or you
somewhere
might blow
to
your
go.
speakers.
Yeah, and you can blow speakers. What you'll probably notice on the speakers in the other room is when you've got bass, like say that bass, anything that's quite subby and low, the speaker cone will actually move a lot, and obviously the louder you have that, you will just damage the speaker eventually.
Because some bass it's not really meant to be heard. It's meant to more like be felt.
Yeah, absolutely. You're delivering us some wise words today, Camille, already. 6 of you will try and make 6 things that all work. And that can be, I guess each person can check whether they want to pick a loop or play something in. you want to go first?
Oh god, okay.
Do you want to do something drum?
Go this end.
Don't have to, but
That's a good question though, man. It's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that you,
Oh,
the
God.
more you
Right.
do studio work and recording, you
Sorry.
sort of learn. But to ask
So am
the
I making
question-
something like making a massive
you've got to make a whole beat, but you can either play something in or select the
You just
notes
like
already
playing
made.
around.
So if you
Right.
want
So I'm not so much making around
in
in it, yeah?
Yeah.
Just sort of work
something that you think is
from
like we could reasonably build on.
Right,
Like,
okay.
how people could.
And if you want to
one
sing
track.
more than the other.
Four Xbox Ones plugged into each other, but in the last 15 was the Xbox, that was the PS4, those major, like 2 seconds into something like video now.
You're going double speed.
Yeah. Oh, from I mean, it was at 91, but 91 doesn't seem right.
91, 81,
182.
no, yeah, 181. Put that. 182.
That's way too fast.
Try 150.
You want the temperature up in you? You got your coats on.
Yeah, just find whatever tempo you think that sounds good at.
Maybe that.
It's giving Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, no, actually, yeah, I can't lie.
There you go, you'll be okay in a bit.
That's the mood. And it's in the key of B. You're going to play something in?
Yes,
Yeah, the audio files MIDI. The purple one's like a
yeah, drum pattern.
and then there's a yellow one as well, which is a drummer, which is really cool. You gonna
Yeah.
do the drummer, Tom, or we're gonna do that separately?
Yeah, we could do that later.
Drum's very,
Yeah, it is cool.
it's really good, the drummer. First day I was waking up, second day I was recording this, third day I was record that, the whole doing things to be structured and organised is good, because you want to enjoy playing as well.
Right,
You
done.
want it to be a nice
Fake electric drums. So then if you hit spacebar, it'll play what we've already got, and then you can scroll through these and see what you think goes with it. Whatever you want, whatever you want.
Sorry. Does that work?
Yeah, that cool.
Any you want?
That's it, so drag it underneath, and then start playing there. There we go, cool, we've got a drum beat. So we're in the key of B as well. You'll have to try and see.
Click these. Organize it.
That one? Cool. So you drag it over. So you stop that loop in, just drag it over so it's underneath. There you go. You've got 4 bits at work. Zoe, do your bit.
I'm going to,
So what you're going for, playing something in or a
we
loop?
pick
A loop, yeah. So to clear it, press orange. The orange one. She's an X. Can't be said. What can you imagine? Guitar, piano. Electric guitar as well. And then any that are in B.
always go back. I always go back to school worse than I
Conga.
Whatever you want, whatever you think. It could be percussion, it could be
What about conga?
another drum beat, it could be
Jingles.
yeah, whatever you think.
How about a conga?
Yeah, I'll see what is that? Is conga like drums? Oh.
So if you want to hear what it's like with what we've got, you literally just hit space bar.
Maybe how about some sound effects maybe instead?
Yeah.
It could be
Oh,
anything you
on
like.
the cross.
Click there, yeah, that's it.
Tambourine.
Yeah, that's
Tambourine
pretty.
is
That
always
will
a
go in there. It's pretty
underrated
safe.
Oh.
Well, that's a weird one.
If you want to hear it, press space bar. Here's a good opportunity to mention that when you've got like loads of stuff stacking up, when Edith's scrolling through, there's going to be certain ones that you can hear and ones that you're like, I can't even hear what that is. My recommendation is don't put in ones that you can't hear, because that space that instrument is taking up is probably already taken by something else. So anything that really sticks out, obviously, is probably a good choice. Could you hear what it was doing?
No.
Oh, it's literally doing that.
Oh, it's that.
Not very
Oh,
much.
I was thinking, what I was hearing. Maybe it was on the drum kit I was hearing.
Oh.
Yeah, so try that with the... Yeah. So drag that down underneath into this bit.
Okay.
Make sure that it butts right
This
up
is
against
quite
the front.
interesting.
That's it. Cool, so we've got 6 parts. So now...
Yeah, I was saying I could barely hear the organ.
Yeah, that's what we're going to look at. I always recommend starting from the drum beat, because the drums are all, like, if you've got drums in and they are quite, like, key to the bit of music like this is, I usually start there. So I'm going to hit solo on that. And then I'm going to kind of, like, work my way up. So the next thing up from there, I would always usually go for bass and kind of get them levelled how I like them. So I'm going to go to bass, add that in. Sometimes I take it all the way out and then just gradually put it back in till I like it. Is that right? More or less?
No, right.
So going, you have a touch more. But not that much.
So that you can also hear the organ.
Yeah, I'm going to go for this guitar. About there. Yeah, what else we got? Go to this. That sounds good, I think, like that. Oh yeah, so an example of the panning, so putting things in left or right speaker, is maybe that the guitar and the tambourine, they might go opposite sides. Like that. You can hear that it creates space. You don't
I
have
was
to.
going to say.
Yeah, make it sound more
if
3D.
the pan is fully left, you just won't hear it through the right ear. That would.
Yeah, like 3D.
Correct.
Go for that. Right, actually, that's a point. What would have been even better is that vocal part and the guitar are kind of both doing lead things.
Yeah, but I mean,
So if we hear both of those, there's 2 melodies going on.
Stop walking around.
It's depressing.
Huh?
It sounds like you were walking around.
I know.
Yeah,
And move
so-
to a different location.
I've separated those two because they are, to me, they're doing something similar. can't hear that loudly, but what? It's probably because the notes are so quiet, which they are.
The Hammond organ.
Yeah, the organ played in. Yeah,
I'll turn them up a bit.
Turn it all up.
Yeah, also because the organ is an instrument, the attack is slow.
There you go. So now we can hear everything. So perhaps what we'll do is we'll split off. I think it depends how experienced you are as a band. I think that to record live is actually really difficult because if anyone messes up, there's only so much you can do with it. Yeah. We might be able to replace things. We might be able to kind of redo certain stuff, but you know.
Obviously,
it really depends. Like my recommendation for first recording is actually to record. So for Trip Hazard, they played their drums in on an electric drum kit, and we took the MIDI and I made it sound more like a real drum kit. And that was so easy because you could literally just edit it like this. Whereas Kryptonic's recorded drums here, and I had to go through. It took me about 3 weeks to edit their drums because Woody's not that on point and he wanted it to be on point. So it's sort of like weighing up what you expect versus what you want and working out what's the best way of getting there. Like NFW want to come back in, well you guys probably know, like they want to record an album and they want to do it live, so they want it to sound a bit messy and not perfect, but some people, you know, can't stand that sound and they want it to be perfect, in which case doing it all individually kind of works. So it really depends what it is that you're after in a way.
I see.
Should we organise it?
Yeah.
What I would also recommend is, like, as a group, talking about what kind of bands and what kind of sound, what kinds of albums you really like the sound of, so that you can go, this is kind of what we want. Because you will listen to old stuff and modern stuff, and really they'll be massively different. So that's definitely worth something worth thinking about.
Epic ending.
There are some really old albums that are impressively tight.
Yeah.
Like King Crimson's 21st Century Schizoid Man.
Yeah.
That album is so tight, even though it was from the 60s.
I feel like that's more. No, it's pretty close.
No, it's just the level of like musicianship really that plays a massive part in it.
I'm trying to find.
Well, you do the intro and then you're out there, then a loops. I've got it. The only thing you might find then is that it might sound like a different drum kit, because it is.
That's a fair point.
That's all.
Isn't there a way where you can make them...
No.
You could
There's
use,
like a drum
you
bot,
could use Drummer to make...
and then you can turn that into a MIDI file.
Yeah, that gives you the MIDI anyway on there. People do demos so that you can, because a lot of the time when you're in the rehearsal space and everything's kind of loud and you're having fun, sometimes you don't pay that much attention to what everybody's doing. So when you do a demo, sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't even know you played that, or you were doing this and I was doing a completely different note. There's a few bits that, and when NFW were here and we were tracking bass, they didn't realise that they were playing like notes that didn't really work, but they just never really heard it clear enough to kind of work that out. So that's another reason why like doing a demo is really useful, because it kind of gets all those things out of the way, and then you can correct those things, kind of gets you happy. And then record, and then you, because the last thing when you're recording is to have to rewrite a part or kind of go, oh, I've got to change chords here, what should I do? Because you just want to get it recorded, you just want to get it out of the way.
So, I want to do the singing. Are we saying like in this bit and then add them?
Do you want to put it in yourself, or do you want to find one up here, or what? Like, mute.
Yeah, you can record guitar in if you want. Show you how to do that?
Right, hold on.
I'll go and get a guitar from next door, and I'll show you how we set up a track for
Wouldn't we want to like
an instrument.
split it, like cut it?
So just grab a guitar for
Look at the button.
I'm going to assume it'd be like that.
I think it's you see the little thing guitar.
this is quite handy, you can actually lift the arms up on these seats.
Keep headphones on.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, take the headphones off, guitar on, and then headphones on the top.
Anyone.
Smash Esme with a guitar.
Thank you.
Cool. So you could sort of treat it like Esme's engineering you, and you're just performing. So if you want to move back slightly, you can do that. It will show you where you plug stuff in.
Do you have a pick?
Is this right?
You guys alright?
Cut stuff.
Oh yeah, interesting. We didn't look at how to cut stuff. I'll be with you in 1 second. So on this box here at the top is you guys you familiar with those interfaces, the little red ones?
Which one, sorry?
The red one in the corner. You guys seen those before?
Yeah.
So this is like a bigger version of that.
Mhm.
Basically, it's just a different shape. But this is your audio interface. So
Right.
whenever you're recording guitars in here, if we're not using, obviously we have one option, which is to run a cable and a mic onto an amp. We're not going to do that because we're doing it quiet style, bedroom style. So we're going to just literally stick the guitar in there, plug that in there, and then I'll show you how we make a track for
I
that.
have a question.
Yes.
Do you have a pick?
Yeah. Yeah, loads.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on?
We were trying to work out how to cut. I think we want to cut it down that.
You want to cut it on this bit?
I need to.
I think
Oh,
so.
is that where it was? Have a listen again, and then you'll see where you cut it.
I see.
Weird.
You can't play your own song.
That's twisted. We're doing clinical.
Oh right. My bad.
Audio input. Which input does this one count as?
Sorry, I was filming.
Which input does this one count as?
It should be one.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Good. Should be.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
When
Thank you.
Cool. You got that?
Yes.
External one. Why is that saying that?
Because it's
That's strange. It normally doesn't say that. Normally it
we
says
didn't
something
want
else.
to get a new bass when.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to cut it there.
There. Okay. So what you do, you are on the correct thing. I always make sure whatever I'm editing. So if I'm editing this,
Have
I
you
want
got
to
the
click
tab
on
on
this.
it?
Make sure this is highlighted.
Weird. I've never
Same
seen it
here,
come up
which
as
are
that.
highlighted there.
Normally it says
So
track
right there or on the.
Strange.
beat?
Anyway, it's working.
Okay.
So it's working.
You're right.
I think we're
Right. So then
on
from
the
there,
end.
Yeah.
did it
Right
set you up
there.
with the sound
like,
or not?
over
Just
there,
getting the
like
sound.
when they're
So if you now go.
Oh, here.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
On here.
So
you go amps and
is that already
pedals.
cut? No.
Amp
Oh.
designer.
Is that what we?
And that will open up this.
Yeah.
You can stick over here. And now you can go through, you've got clean, crunch, distorted, and there's all different sounds. Treat it like it's an actual amp.
Okay.
So the best thing
so you
to do
can,
is
every
when you
dial
listen
you
to
can
it,
move, you can do the
and then hit
switches,
spacebar
change
exactly
where the
where
mic
you cut.
is. So
Yeah,
have a play around with that till you've got a sound that you like.
Alright, thank you. How do you normally have it?
I would suggest if you carry on playing, Hannah, just
Yeah.
play while Esme flicks through. Find something you quite like and then
Okay.
tweak it from there.
Yeah. Do what you normally do and I'll
I don't trust you.
I can
Gain.
Yeah, he's not okay.
So my first suggestion is go to where it says factory default
Yeah.
and go for a more high gain amp.
Crunch.
Oh.
At the end.
Yeah, so you've got crunch or distorted.
Which one?
No.
What's on distorted?
Oh my.
What's modern rock one?
Try it.
Yeah, you might get a bit of noise.
Quite like it, can't I?
I can't hear it.
Can you not?
No. Oh, I can now.
Oh, and just be aware what pickup you're on as well.
I think it's a bit too distorted for that one.
I don't think my headphones are
Don't you
headphone.
want to extend that if you want to cut it?
Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right,
gone.
let's just do that.
Huh?
I can now. It drops in and out.
Okay.
Sorry.
So remember that if there's one you pick like that and you think it's just too distorted, you can just take the drive down on the amp
And make sure
Alright.
like
and
that
see
is a
if
little
that
bit
does it
off
for you.
on there.
Oh
Thing.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
On the line basically.
Take the
There you
gain
go.
up.
And then if you want that loop,
Try now.
you have to change this
Down.
stuff.
Try different.
Good, that's it.
So
Try different.
again, one more thing. You play as loud as you're likely to play.
Huh?
Can you play now just as loud as you're likely to play?
Pretty much. Yeah, I need
Can you
to-
play now though?
if you can do the
We
command
distort in here, so we have to turn it down. Keep playing.
You didn't want to do.
Turn it down so we're not
See
distorting.
this anti-gravity guitar.
There you go.
It's a
Okay, cool.
phaser. If you put that in the
That sound good?
top
Or do you want a
one,
different one?
because then because that's going to be a
Oh,
different level.
Jesus Christ, that's going to be
All the way to
awful.
the top, okay.
Right.
Go crunch.
There you go. So then, if you want to mess around with the levels later,
Deep down.
you've got that.
Just try it.
So
It's
do you
quite
remember,
basic.
you know where you want to cut, or is that what you wanted to do?
Try it.
Oh, there you go.
Just cut it there. That's
Yeah, which instrument?
the bass.
The bass.
No.
Which we're
It's
on,
the
are we?
bass that needs to go.
Yeah. So now
No, it's
you want to do
I'm the guitarist. Thank
control
you very much.
the command and T.
I'm on fire.
Because if it was clean, it wouldn't have the character. I end up using like this as like demos and recording and the preparation for going into a real live studio with real instruments. That's how I use it. So
Yeah,
when
that's
it gets
what I
into
mean.
compression, I leave that to the producer.
For these vocals at the bottom, I was thinking maybe be reverb and delay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to? So let Matt do a mix, and then we'll put the reverb and delay on after that, which
Okay.
would be pretty cool.
A bit more.
Should be active on this.
Should be, yeah, but then you need to assign. Now we need to assign the bus to whatever channel we want. So you
8.
want it to be on.
Number 8 is the
I want it to be
Was
like
it this?
I want it to be like a main bus. So if you want to reverb on any of these, you
Oh
should be
yeah,
able to
yeah,
just
yeah.
send it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So now just when you've got your, you just control the amount there. I believe.
I think I like the feeling.
there you go.
I think I like the feeling.
No, too
I think
much.
I like the feeling. I think
Yeah,
I like
so
the feeling.
just make sure
I
that's
think I
bus
like
one,
the
and then yeah, that.
Yeah, and on that max timeless.
You can't, I don't know.
And
But
the
yeah, that's it. So whatever channel you want it on,
max timeless.
yeah, you just add it to.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Happy with that? No? You want to do it
Can
again?
we redo it?
Oh no, I think it's just missing the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the bit where I'm going to be a bit of a
It's like
perfectionist now.
missing the first note. It's weird.
Ready?
Oh,
What's
are
going
you?
on?
Hang on.
Ready?
It's
Got this bit.
a lot. Yeah.
So you might not be quite on the line. Like that.
Oh no, it's the drum bit that's missing. Like,
Oh, sorry. This thing here.
yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Right,
go
stand
from
up. Stand
Don't be
up.
sassy.
And you are going to listen to me this time, right?
No. Oops.
That sounded fine to me.
Oh.
It does come in.
Okay.
It's on the beat. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. But maybe you just wanted something different. That might be the case.
Yeah, cool. Right.
Oh yeah, to make the bass.
And bring up that hi hat as well. Yeah. Whereas you.
I actually can hear that. But the thing is, I can't hear it in effects. I just hear it. It's just louder. Do you get what I mean?
It is louder, but then what you do is you compensate for the difference.
And some of them are a bit stronger now.
So you hear that,
Yeah.
and then
That's just
when I
quiet,
put it back on,
and that's louder.
it's got a bit more thud to it.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Yeah,
difference. It's
yeah.
quiet and loud.
Then
Some of the kids. Is that a kid?
Yeah.
Is that a different sound?
Yeah.
So with these, you're just budging
Yeah.
the mic. So yeah, there's the kit.
Yeah.
It's really hard when you can't hear it.
Oh.
Sounds like a live kit. What's super cool is you've got like beat presets, so if I change them, they'll change yours. So it kind of does all that stuff. If I wanted to do complex and loud, I'll literally straight over there. Change what parts of the kit he's got to play with. Put other stuff in.
Oh, and then come back to your beat.
So random rhythm, I'm going to fix it to the grid by using Q, and then you go back to the drummer, you can click follow, and you can make him follow something you've played in, or it can follow anything.
Okay.
So now, hopefully, he will kind of copy what I've done, and if I zoom in on my piano notes, he should literally follow along with what I've done.
Okay.
Or something close to.
Okay. That's really quite cool. That's kind of AI.
He hasn't followed it that close.
A little heat. Little heat. I don't know.
I feel you. Next time I put a compression, I'll try and hear that.
Yeah.
Just trying to feel the heat.
Yeah.
So no reverb. Just that
Well, because
Who knows what EQ is? Anybody?
Yeah.
equalizer.
What does it do?
Like you can cut out the highs, the lows, or the mids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
basically set the different frequencies at different levels.
yeah. So you can kind of adjust, like shape the sound more than you could without it. So, for instance, when I bring the EQ up on the guitar, that's this bit here. It don't actually have to select it as an effect. If you click if you make sure Analyzer is on, it shows you what that instrument's doing. This stuff up. So you can kind of do stuff with that.
Can we have a volunteer, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So pick a
sure.
loop.
I'll just see something.
Some kind of effect to it.
What should I do?
You can have a go if you want.
Anything.
That's not that almost there.
That
You can't.
at the top.
Yeah, I would extend that. I extend this out.
No, at the top you need that round one.
That's it.
Yeah, now. Yeah, now.
Cool. So heavy guitar riff, reverb, effect here.
Oh, God.
So just hit something random. Flanger. Yeah. So if you turn everything right up, so turn it to the right, and this one as well, you notice it'll do something weird. Yeah, keep going all the way that way. Here you go, you hear it? If you do mix all the way up to 100. There we go, mess the drums up with an effect, that'll do. Definitely got the spook here. Cool. Cool.
That work?
Yeah. Might just turn it down a little bit.
I made it button.
Right, who's next?
imagine something quite horrid.
This is gonna go wax.
Hang on one second.
Oh, how about adding distortion?
It's the cats on reverb. Are you there? Hold on. Unexpected. Edith, this is
Oh, go on,
ours.
hang on. Let me pause.
This is what we've created. It's solid, okay.
Is this the Oompa Loompas? Get it together.
That needs to fade in. Hold on.
Right, kick off.
Touch.
Makes me insane and feel like I don't wait. Definitely around the world, there is no end. I am dancing on the street from my heart, making out faithful superstars. And I pay the price. I'm gonna play, I cannot do it. I'm gonna play, I cannot do it. Want to be critical? Is it cynical? Want to be critical? Don't do me, I'm sorry. It's nothing to say. I can't stay. There's nothing to be had. You always amaze me, driving me mad. You drive me crazy. I'll never go away. I'll make you feel my feeling instead. Got everything to get.
So if you want to get involved with All In Music as a project, it's really simple. We essentially have a referral form which you complete on our website. It just captures your contact information, emergency contact details if you're under 18. Just so we have all that information on a particularly young person. We also collect that stuff for our reporting to our funder as well, so we have to tell them what age ranges we've worked with, ethnicities, all of that kind of information, general stuff. So you literally fill out a form, you complete the form, that form captures what you're interested in doing, why you're interested in coming and get involved, what your availability is like. It just really makes it easy for us to kind of get people in the door quite quickly. And then from there we usually just offer like a come and meet us, come and see the space, have a bit of a chat about what it is that you want to do, what you want to achieve, what you want our help with in particular, and that's it. It's really simple. You just get in touch and we sort of do the rest. We just sort of make it happen, get you in here.